So continuing with our problems for the Keystone Review, number 7 says Raul has $640 saved and Jamie has $320 saved. They each begin a new job on the same day and save all their money. Raul earns $180 per day and Jamie earns $200 per day. In how many days will they have an equal amount of money? There are a couple of different ways you can do this. If you want to do a table of values and see when they have the same amount of money, you can definitely do that. That's a good strategy. It might take you a while, but it's a good strategy. The other thing you might do is look at the amount of money each of them makes. So Raul, if we look at Raul, okay, he has $640 saved, so that's his starting point. And Raul earns $180 per day. So guess what? That's his rate. So we're going to use that plus 180x, and that gives us Raul. Jamie, on the other hand, he starts with $320, and he earns, his rate is $200 per day. So plus $200x. This question is asking us, when will these two values be the same? So we're going to stick an equal sign between them, and we're going to solve them. This is variables on both sides of the equation. I think it's a little bit easier than doing a table of values. So what do? We're going to move our $320, so that's subtraction, subtracted from both sides. So we get 320 plus 180x plus equals 200x. Then we're going to subtract 180x. Subtract 180x from both sides. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. 320 equals 20x, and then divide both sides by 20. So you get x equals 16. So after 16 days, Raul and Jamie will have the exact same amount of money. So the correct answer is B. I hope you got that one. But if you didn't, this is one you might want to study up on. For number 8, we're talking about compound inequalities. What do you remember about compound inequalities? Hope you remember that they have ands and they have ors. So it's asking us to match that inequality with the graphs below. So x is less than or equal to 3 and x is greater than or equal to 0. If you remember that ands kind of have an overlap and they go in between the two endpoints, then you can automatically eliminate A and B. If you look at those inequality signs, the line underneath the inequality means equal to. That translates to a closed circle on your graph. Because we have closed circle and we have between 0 and 3, it doesn't matter which one's written first, but between 0 and 3, that tells us that C is the correct answer. So, make sure you study up on your compound inequalities and at least what they look like, how to graph them. For the next section, the next question, again we're talking about inequalities. Patricia keeps apples in 3 bins and 2 crates in her store. Each bin can hold no more than 200 pounds. Each crate can hold no more than 50 pounds. So which graph represents all the possible weights in pounds of apples Patricia can keep in her store? Well, we have to decide, is it going to be greater than or less than? And there's a couple of words that really clue you in. This one that says can hold no more, okay, no more than. When it says no more than, and both the crates and the bins can hold no more than, that's really important. That says that that's the most that those bins can carry. So anything that's going to be put in those bins is going to be that value or less. So she has 3 bins. Each bin holds 200 pounds. So that's a total of 600 pounds total for the bins. 600 pounds or less. And then for crates, she's got 2 crates. And each crate carries no more than 60 pounds. So that's another 120 pounds. So that gives us 720 pounds maximum. Oh, I'm sorry, that says 50 pounds. So that's 100 here. So that tells me that it's got to be 700 or less. Since it's no more than, it can be equal to the 700, but not more than that. So that tells me that in this particular case, A is the correct answer. Because since it's going to be equal, you're going to fill in that circle. Okay, so 700 or less is the correct answer for that one. Okay, for number 10, again, we're looking at an inequality. Nitrogen is a gas at a certain temperature under normal conditions. These temperatures, T, in degrees Celsius, degrees C, are represented by the inequality T is greater than or equal to negative 96, which best describes the meaning of the inequality. So we kind of have to understand what greater than, what this symbol means. Okay, greater than or equal to. And we've got some keywords here. We've got is below, is above, is at or below, is at or above. So we've got to kind of equate those phrases. So when we think about those words, the temperature is greater than 196. The temperature is greater than negative 196 degrees. So that means the temperature is bigger than that amount. Because there's that inequality and there's that line under the inequality, that means it could be equal to it. Another way of saying that is at. It can be at that temperature, so that means the equal to. So that eliminates A and B because they can't be at that temperature. And that inequality sign is greater than. Temperature greater than negative 196. Remember, the alligator eats the bigger number, so the temperature is the bigger number here. That tells me that D is the correct answer. So nitrogen can be at or above that temperature, and that's what makes it that inequality. I hope you got that one. That one shouldn't have been too hard, but remember, the alligator eats the bigger of the things. Since it's eating the variable, the temperature is the bigger thing. The negative 196 is the smaller thing. And that's it for this section. Stay tuned for more practice as the weeks go on.